This is gonna be good.
What's up, guys? It's your boy Mighty, and today we're gonna be reacting to FPE AU, uploaded by Autistic Ghost. Now, this was recommended to me by a couple of people. I'm sorry, as I can see, I've been working my way down on recommendations. I have had like 15 recommendations. If you requested something, it's gonna get reacted to. It's just taking me some time to get through all those. All right, so I'm coming. But if you enjoyed today's video, please hit the like down below and subscribe to our legendary Mighty game. We're trying to reach 7,000 before the summer ends. Be cool if you join. But let's get into it. Here we go.
Walking across the hallways, finding notebooks, so we
Circle.
follow every single rule, or
Sasha.
he'll take out his wooden ruler. For he is listening and watching everyone's progression. All mistakes.
What the heck is going on in this one?
Answer right with every question. Try to add up excuses. Nothing will make a difference. All he knows, every door that we open. Follow
Bro, what is happening? Wait. What up, Mana? What is happening? Wait, Lana, telling what happened, okay? Oh my God, it's Abby. What is going on? Oh my God. Rules banger.
What are you doing?
I'm trying to understand what is happening right now. Student Claire, sanity level low, haven't been possessed. No, I received several complaints. Claire screaming in her sleep. Claimed that she met a demon angel named Ixter in her dream. We haven't recorded any encounter with Ixter before. Also, I learned that Ixter is another character from Katie's other work. Someone had let me know in the comments of the camping trip video. See, this is exactly why I said I need to know the characters from Katie's other work, because they're appearing here and I have no clue who they are.
Sweep through the halls to escape. We'll have some sacrifices. No room for jealousy. I've got no time to play hide and seek. 'Cause eventual sacrifices. No room for jealousy. I've got no time to play hide and seek. 'Cause eventually have to be brave or better. Keep behaving. Count till I don't know what counts. Every inch of fear is all that's ingrained. Can understand what's the solution. The problem is a mess in my brain. I'm pushed around with all the pressure.
What is happening?
There's gotta be some sort of exit to get away.
Before we even get to the explanation, that was like it looked like a Catholic school. Like it looked like it was set in a Catholic school and they was doing rituals or something, or like it looked like a ritual gone bad and like they started getting possessed, maybe by Alice, it seems like. That ending kind of confused me. I know they said something about a demon angel. Once again, Easter. I don't know what just freaking happened. I am so happy you got an explanation. Now I'm about to react to Basic and Behavior Crimson AU explained by Ors Force. What's good, Brody?
People have been asking me for a while now to cover the Basics and Behavior Crimson, or aka the Exercise AU, which of course is another fundamental paper education AU that was inspired by Katie's original animation. In this video, we'll quickly do like a review of what's actually happening in animation, and then I'll try to explain why it's happening and some of the lore as we go through it. Now, this animation starts off by showing Miss Circle walking down a hallway of what I assume to be some kind of religious facility, and we can tell that by the cross here on the wall and her nun outfit. Another thing to point out here are the signs in the back, especially the one here that says UV light can slow them down, which is our first hint that some spooky stuff is happening here. I also found it interesting that Miss Circle seems to give a genuine smile while she's looking at this teacher here, which caught a lot of people off guard because she's usually shown as like either trying to body children or just looking straight up evil. Now, this next part is where the animation gets interesting. And this is when we actually see this creature come out of what looks like a pentagon on the floor, and then is promptly beaten by two teachers. Because it seems like these demons are trying to break into the facility for some reason, although we don't know yet. Next, we see Miss Circle head to Mrs. Grace's office, where we actually see her and Miss Stavel just knocked out, seeming to be like exhausted, and we can assume that this has to do with like these demons actually trying to break into the school and maybe them trying to beat them off.
What do you mean by that?
But pause.
Even with that, Grace tells Miss Circle that she'll stay and that she can leave, leading to this scene here where we finally see some of the students, starting with Lana, who runs into Miss Circle. And then we have Abby here, who seems to be possessed by one of those demons. And one thing that I noticed when the kids popped up is that they seem to all be in like hospital clothing, as if they're patients at a clinic or like a psych ward, which makes me think.
I was thinking like a psych, like it was like a psychiatric place, but then again, it's still set in a school, so I'm like, I don't know, like I was thinking it was like a Catholic school, but then once again, they are in like.
This is definitely not some type of Catholic school, and more like some type of facility. So I'll try not to call it a school moving forward. Now, with that information, though, it also makes sense as to why these demons are trying to break into the school. It seems like the students are the targets, and they are trying to possess their bodies so that they can attack these teachers and potentially take over this facility. Although it gets even deeper than that by the end of this animation. Now, next we see possessed Abby basically put a whooping on Miss Circle. And I'm sure I'm not the only person that was kind of satisfied seeing him get a little revenge, even though this is like a completely different AU. But I feel like as far as Abby is concerned, he's usually a victim. So it's kind of good to see him get a chance to fight back, even if he's possessed by a bloodthirsty demon. It seems like justice in kind of like a weird way. Now, luckily for Miss Circle, Lana is able to actually get some of the other teachers and inform them of what's going on, which allows them to make it to Miss Circle before Abby can finish her off, considering that he didn't seem to be holding back here. This is also where we see just how effective the UV lights are against the demons, basically stunning Abby long enough for Miss Bloomy to almost stab him with like a sharpened cross, but Miss Circle was able to stop her before she landed the finishing blow. And my first thought was that this was Miss Circle just trying to save Abby's life, but I don't actually think that that's the only reason that she stopped Miss Bloomy. Now, after doing a little bit of digging, it seems like if the kids pass away while being possessed by these demons, the demon then gets full control of their body and is able to use much more of their power. So it's actually in the teacher's best interest to try to stop the possession before they can happen. And if it does get to the point where children are possessed, they need to keep those kids alive and just try to get the demon out or exorcise them, hence the name. Because as we saw here in Miss Circle, the teachers will definitely struggle in a 1v1 fight with anybody who's possessed by one of these demons. The note basically says that she's been having dreams about an angel named Zester. And something that I found interesting about Zester being called an angel is that he really actually could be one. Although it isn't spoken about very often and it isn't really shown in media very often, angels can technically possess people just like demons can. Some of you may remember the movie called Legion where that happened a lot. But I think what is more likely is that Zester is just actually a demon that looks more angelic. After that, we get this brief scene where Claire seems to get a nosebleed and be shaking uncontrollably. And this seems to be the moment that she was fully possessed by Zester. And sadly, Zester's first victim is my favorite character, that being Miss Emily, who
Hold on. That's me, my boy. What you doing?
And this happens because she actually finds Claire like walking around at night,
bro.
and she tries to go see what's going on with her. And then she gets
why is
and
Emily
it was
always
just by design or bad timing? Oliver is there to witness the whole thing. And even though we all know that this obviously isn't Claire or obviously her being possessed, Zester does take a moment to actually confirm this as well before trying to pierce Oliver's eye, which Alice promptly stops. And I don't know if they're a thing in this universe, but I know for sure that Oliver is probably the one that wrote Alice my love in the beginning of the video here. So I'm just going to say that they are probably a thing in this universe too, because in most AUs, people usually keep with the canon that Oliver and Alice are kind of a couple. Now, after that, we get a pretty interesting fight scene, which I think was inevitable because anybody who tries to touch Oliver is definitely getting hands from Alice. Use their full power while possessing these children, unless they're like in their body for a long time. And I think the only reason that Alice escapes here is because somebody shoots Claire in the dome, which may turn out to be a very, very bad decision if there is a part 2 to his animation. And just because I know some people will be curious, I'm not sure who actually fired the shot. I saw in the comments that some people were saying it was Finn, who was like another original character from Katie's animation, but I'm not 100% sure who did it, and the smoke obviously obscures them from us, so we don't know for sure. And now that we're pretty much caught up with what happened in animation, let me explain why this ending can be so bad for Alice. So from my understanding, Alice doesn't fight Zester so that she can save Claire, but rather just to keep Zester at bay. A lot of demons are basically trying to break into the facility and claim it as their own, aka take it away from Alice. And out of all those demons, Zester seems to be the most powerful one, and the one that Alice hates the most, implying that they may have some history that we don't really know about yet. And I think that the other teachers are basically forced to help keep this facility safe because it isn't like they can actually defy or fight against Alice. And if they just let the demons in, they can possibly lose their life or take some pretty bad injuries, as we saw with Miss Circle. So I don't think that the teachers are good in this universe. They are basically just being forced to care for the kids for their own safety in a way. Something else that I found interesting about this AU is that the demons that are trying to break into school are actually all OCs from Katie's universe, aka the original Fundamental Paper Education series.
Which I learned that they're all crazy, like they're all violent for no reason. All right, so I was wrong about a couple of things. One, Alice is not the one that's possessing Claire, and she's never possessed anyone. She's actually there to help. That also is not a Catholic school. It's more like a facility that helps, but I feel like it's still got to do something like it's obviously it got crossings and things, so it got to be like a Catholic facility. Like it's still like a sane asylum or type something kind of like that, you know. My original thought was like it was like a good angel versus like Alice, and like they got to fighting because Alice was like trying to possess her, but like no. Well, yeah, that was Crimson AU by Autistic Girls in its explanation by Force. If you guys enjoyed today's video, you guys know what to do. Hit the like down below and subscribe to the Legendary Mighty Gang, and I'll see you guys in the next one. So stay safe, stay mighty, peace.